And greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Anime Lily Podcast, your ultimate hub for all things anime and beyond. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a returning listener, we're thrilled to have you on board for another exciting dive into the world of animation and pop culture conversation. This is episode 197 of the Anime Lily Podcast. The topic of this week's episode is Phew, it's been a minute, Weebsters. Hope you didn't miss us for too long. If you did, go check out Off the Bench and Weebs of the Ring because we still have content coming out week to week. But if you're excited for this show, we're discussing New York Comic Con, the news over the past weeks. Now, let's share this episode. Bring your friends and let's make this episode unforgettable. All powered by AniMa W3 Studio. And catch every new episode every week on the YouTube side and the audio feed where we listen to. And time codes are always in the description. What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Love and Peace, Legend Vash, and I'm not here alone. It's back to a new episode. We're live on the Twitch side, and you guys are watching this. If you're watching it when it comes out, Wednesday at 10 a.m., we appreciate it for you guys. Check out the episode of the Anime Podcast, and I'm your host, Legend Vash, your human typhoon, or your Latino he that sometimes I'll be called on the Weebs of the Ring. And I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-host, the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and ignorant children of the Isles, what is up and what is good? It is your reigning, defending, undisputed, universal world 24/7, 7-Eleven, what was it? Target, Walmart, Walgreens, I-95, heavyweight champion of the world, Whawkins here, going to be your guide through all of our fun little news stories, all of our Weebs Lounge talks and discussions, because yeah, it's been a hot minute, but I'm not going to lie, kind of glad I had the time, because I've got some games I've been diving into, and they have been just picture perfect. It's been great. A wonderful, great time, but we'll dive into that later on tonight.
But we're not here alone. We have a guest has returned to us. He's gonna be talking about something we both experienced, and a big shout out to him. Jehovah's Witness, also known as Wale. Welcome to the show for episode 197.
Ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries, good afternoon, good morning, good night, depending on where you're at. If you're eating, eat well, and if you're sleeping, sleep tight. Hope everybody's doing great, doing amazingly, out of debt, not poor, living outside of the poverty lines. Today we're just here for some anime, some content, and some good vibes.
Oh yeah,
That's a fact.
Vash, I feel like the ASMR vibe from last night is kind of seeping in tonight again too. I'm just kind of like I'm in that baritone feeling right now. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's keep this going, folks. You know, we'll give you a good old thing going on. What's up, Sydney?
Yeah, like let's all get the little moment, the little time to jazz in. Because if you guys don't know, this anime podcast, our conversational podcast out of the Anime Studio podcast feed of what we our shows we talk about. Like you guys know, the Weebs of the Ring comes out every Mondays and Fridays and Thursday for the pro wrestling side, and Off the Bench, our seasonal anime, like we do, come out every Mondays at 10 a.m. So go check that. We already passed episode 50, and want to give you guys the quick plugs if you guys checking out. And Anime Lady is here to give you the New York Comic Con experience, because we haven't had my last show since last week of September, and it's been a couple weeks, so we want to kind of brush in and get into it, because the first thing and first most that we always have in is the Weebs Lounge, which we have for Whawkins, because it's been a while. So for those that don't know and want to discuss, the Weebs Lounge is your time for a weekly check-in. Usually it's weekly, but it's been a couple weeks, so a weekly check-in of what we've been into, what we're catching up with. We know the world champion has been a couple of games we've been playing. Ghost of Yote, a bit of Digimon, Time Stranger, Pokemon ZA, a couple more. Let's talk about it, right, world champion?
Oh yeah. So let me get to the quick things first, because a couple things. Actually, no, we'll stick with the game. So yeah, I've been playing Ghost of Yote, been playing some Digimon Time Stranger, and a little bit of Pokemon ZA. Quick reviews, I guess, of the games. I'll start with Pokemon Legends ZA because I haven't played too much of it. I mean, it's good. It is fun. It's just there are a few things that, like, I'm sure you guys have heard online, some of the criticisms or quote unquote hate going around and all that. Some of it's justified, some of it's not. But I mean, overall, it is a fun game. I haven't gotten too far into it just because I've been playing these two other games that have been kind of better, if I'm being honest, and kind of like getting my interest a little bit more and all that. So yeah, so far so good with Pokemon Legends ZA, but now it's time for the other monster collector game, Digimon Time Stranger. So this is another Digimon game in like the story series of Digimon games. So if you ever played like Hacker's Memory or Cyber Sleuth, very similar, except there's a lot of like quality of life upgrades and advances that Time Strangers made. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun. The story is really good. I won't get into too much details in it, but yeah, this game is all about the grind. So if you're into like collecting the monsters or like trying to like make sure you get your field guide all the way up, this is a game for you, because like there's so many different stats you have to like manage in order to digivolve to certain monsters and all that. There's certain like personality traits now you have to have on them, which is an interesting like, yeah, it's like an interesting change with that too. And just a few other things too, like, you know, special items for like some of the armor digivolving and all that. Like,
would you say as somebody like myself, because I don't know about Wale if he has played any other Digimon games, but like myself, I haven't played any other Digimon games in the past. Would this be a good one to just jump into? Because I've been curious about it. I've been seeing it at the con. I didn't get to experience it because the line was too long and everything. But the game does look interesting to actually make me want to jump into it. And I'm a big fan.
I would say if you're just a fan of JRPGs anyways, I would say give it a shot. But I would recommend this game though, because it is really good. Like, again, the story is really good, the combat's really good. And it's just a fun time. Like, and it's a game, like for me, it's kind of like a comfort, like relaxing game. Like at the end of the day, you know, been working 8 hours, had to drive like a total of 3 hours, you know, to and from work and all that stuff. So like at the end of the day, when I get home, I'm like, do I want to play an action game, or am I just kind of in a chill mood? Do I just want to put on an RPG? Usually these Digimon games are really good to just kind of fill that, like, hey, let me just kind of decompress from the day and all that. But, and of course, obviously, like the main thing that like people just keep shoving into the internet sphere and all that is just like some of the Digimon ladies, for example. I mean, first of all, there's some good art, and of course, like I said,
been amazing.
Oh yeah, the fan art's been good. The story, you know, is good. It's got some good plot and all that, but you know, the Digimon game also does have some good plot to it. So, you know, there's also some of that for some of you gooners out there who need your fix and all that, especially some of you on the Hispanic gooner side and all that. And if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you know, we have another show that you can check out where one of them reside and all that. But yeah, still, it's just a really good game, really fun game. But now I transition now to Ghost of Yote. So this is a game. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I looked up the Digimon thing. Sorry, really quickly. I looked at the Digimon thing. I see what you're talking about. That's all I'm gonna say, Twitch.
Yep.
I see what you're talking about.
Look,
continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
BL Starmon, Junomon, Venusmon. That's all I'm gonna say. Look those ones up, and you'll know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Live for the chat right now. Go ahead. Look this up. Venusmon or Junomon. Either one of those two.
Wait, this is Venusmon?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're looking at.
I can see her like the type of dress she's like. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Venusmon is giving me Emma Frost type of vibe. Like Emma Frost is what she's giving me.
You know, I could see that. So
definitely the art style I see, but dope. Venusmon.
Yeah. I mean, granted, you know, if that gets people playing the game, fine, whatever. You know, I'm not one to judge. It's still a really good game either way. But, you know, speaking of like certain aspects of like gooning and all that and like everything like that, now we can transition back to Ghost of Yote, because that game is really good. And like, okay, so a bit of history with me. Ghost of Tsushima back in 2020 was my game of the year. This is nearing that. It's nearing that threshold, which is something big to say, especially from a year like this year, where we had freaking Expedition 33, Some people would argue Death Stranding too, but that I'm not really a big walking simulator person. Donkey Kong Bonanza has a running, I think, but you know, just like there's just been so many good games coming out. But like for me, this one really hits it hard because it's mainly just aesthetics for me. You know, you're you're basically a samurai going around. You're on a revenge quest against the Yotei Six, and oh my god, the duels you go on! Like I've taken so many screenshots, so many screen recordings, and I've been sharing them like in our Discord and like with other people and all that. Oh my god, like it gets intense. Like, and you can like change the settings, so like you can change the difficulty of like different things, like different aspects of the game. So like you can have it where like okay, the AI might be like super easy, but they hit really hard, or vice versa. Like, oh, the AI is more aggressive, but their attacks don't really hurt you too much and all that. So like you can set it like that. You can set like the different like weather patterns. You can set different like, oh, they notice, like the enemies notice you a lot sooner when you're trying to sneak around and all that. Like there's so many things you can just change in this game. You can change it from like having color to like being like a black and white samurai movie, which is, oh my god, that's really a good aesthetic to have during some of the duels too. Like I think that's one of the clips I shared on our Discord.
I'll be doing a side one because I believe that was from a director that they take inspiration from the movie the Samurai 7, I believe. Yeah, Kurosawa.
But there's also the I forgot the guy's name. I'm blanking on it right now. But the guy who did the music for Samurai Champloo,
yeah, him too.
Yeah, there's a mode you can change it to where like instead of the normal soundtrack you actually get like this lo-fi hip hop beat, and it changes when you get into battle, and like it's just overall like just the game's just an overall vibe, man, and. Like a lot of people said, oh, the story is pretty simple. The story is pretty basic. And I mean, I get that aspect of it, but like, that's nothing that really exactly like it doesn't take away from me experiencing the game because it's still really good. Like it's an open world game, but like it feels alive. Like it feels like everything is just helping you, you help them. Like everything. It's just it's alive, like with lack of a better word, and it's something that like you can really explore and not feel like you're grinding in. Like it doesn't feel like a chore to like, oh, I found a fox den, for example, and I have to follow this fox. Okay, find a charm, cool, great, awesome. But like each fox den is different, so it's like, for example, one fox I followed for this thing. It actually took me like a round and I had to fight people for it, and it ended up going like back to its master, for example. And like another fox den is just like, okay, well, follow me to this shrine. Oh, you actually got to save my other fox friends from it. So it's like everything is different, even though it's like the same kind of like collectible you have to get and all that. So I really appreciate the game for that, because it feels more diverse that way, because it doesn't feel like you're just doing the same old follow the fox kind of thing. Oh, I gotta follow the wolf and save its brethren. No, you're following this wolf, and this one wolf has like a wife that was kidnapped, or this one wolf had like it like is showing you where this camp is and all that. Like there's just so much diversity in this game that it keeps it fresh enough to like I don't want to put it down. Like I'm sitting here right now, I'm just like, you know, as much as I love being on these podcasts and like recording, I'm just like Yotei's right there. Digimon's right there. Yeah, I want to play it. I want to do it. So like,
I know Walker was okay that Anime Lady skip out 2 weeks of not doing a show this month. He's like, oh, no show tonight. What you do?
I was
okay,
like, oh darn.
Let's turn on. Go to Yotei. Oh, let's turn on Digimon. Oh, let's turn on Nintendo Switch and just lay down in this couch and fall asleep. And
look. Again, I love doing the shows, but hey. Oh no, we're not doing a show. Oh, sorry, but it's fine. It's all good. Ding. Just a little like PS5 ding and all that. Like, all right, cool, good. We're in for a good night. But no, it's a great game. Highly recommended for anybody getting it. Hopefully, I'll have it beaten in like the next week or two. I don't know. It depends on how locked in I get in the next week, so we'll see what that. Movies and TV. I watched Peacemaker, like both seasons, binged all that.
So
Yes.
my comment about Peacemaker, not saying that's bad.
Mhm.
It's just that I tried to watch season 2, episode 1. Then I started at season 2, episode 2. Then I don't know. It didn't hook me in. I tried to stick through it. Not saying that it was bad or good. It's just it didn't hook me in, and I was a bit sad about that. That's straight up.
Yeah, I will say I think season 1 was a little better for me. I really like season 1. Season 2 was still good, but I mean, again, just different hierarchies when it comes to it. But like, I think part of it too was just like James Gunn trying to tie in season 1 from another universe to season 2 in the new DC universe, and it's like there's some things that just like don't click. And it's like,
it feels a bit convoluted, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It just depends how it's executed. That's why I was a bit slow on it. I felt like that's what it was heading that direction. That's why I'm not no rush into this. I heard that it was good.
Though.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
I heard it was good every episode. The emotional impact. I heard that the original Peacemaker was supposed to be Dave Bautista, but he turned down the role, and then it went to John Cena. Like those things is what I heard over the past couple of weeks when the show was being released. James Gunn was being very supportive of people watching the show. So I know I should watch it eventually. I just haven't had the chance to see it too much. So who knows? Hey, Wale, have any thoughts about Peacemaker since you also put the thumbs up? Like, have you seen season 1 and 2?
I thought season 1 was great. Season 2 is still good. I actually think season 2 is a lot better than people give it the credit for. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8.5. I'm also a person that was really high on the season finale. Which not everybody was like a huge fan of, which is okay. I don't think everybody is really big into action-based adaptations that don't have like a action-based like cinematic ending. But for me, as a person who just loves movies, loves storytelling, loves emotional development, character development, I enjoyed the end. I thought the ending of season 2 was great. I thought, if they ended like Peacemaker where it's at now and then moved it into just like the DC universe as a whole, which is Peacemaker being a part of it, I'd be cool with that. Because I think people also forget that a couple characters that either one got not retconned, but got rewritten to be a little bit different than the comic version, and the characters like Adebayo, who are just completely new. It's going to be hard to really segue too many seasons of Peacemaker over the course of James Gunn's. I'm not sure how long he'll be in position to lead DC, but I'd imagine it'd be for at least another couple of years. In James Gunn's run, of the DC universe. I think John Cena is really exceptional at the role. As much as I love Batista, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. One of my favorite actors that's a wrestler of all time. I think he's great in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he has a lot of range, but I do think what John Cena did with the character was one of one. I don't think anybody else really going to be fit to be doing it. Like the people that are already listed. I think John Cena has a really good sense from his years of performing as a wrestler of diving between hero and villain, which is what the character Peacemaker is based upon. I think he's really good. I just understand the nuance of when to be funny and when to be serious. I think he just had that dynamic, especially with I forget her name, Jennifer, James Gunn's wife.
Yeah.
I forget her name. Her name in the show is obviously hardcore, but I don't remember her real name.
Oh wait, that's James Gunn's wife? I didn't know that.
Yeah, James Gunn's wife.
It is.
They've been married now
She has
for
nice
5
arms.
years.
She has nice arms.
So I was really high on their dynamic and how it developed. Which is I think his relationship with every single character, for the most part, really made the show really great, in my opinion, outside of the action. So Vigilante going from a really annoying character, the first episode, which was the intention of the character, to being one of the most beloved, especially in season 2. I think high and above, beyond everybody else, the 2 best characters in season 2 was probably Adebayo and Vigilante, but Vigilante was number 1 for me. Hardcore is a close second, actually, to Adebayo. I'll put them neck and neck. Obviously, John Cena's great in Peacemaker. It's just that I'm really big on side and supporting casts. I always have been. And I think that they did a really good job in developing the show and developing the story. So other than that, before I ran too long, I just think the season was great. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the series. I binge watched it for the most part for the past like couple months because I was a little late to the scene, but I thought
same here. Yeah, same here. I would actually say, at least for me, I do agree with Adebayo. I think she was probably one of the best side characters in the series.
And she is a original character as well, in case people forget. She's the original character for the series.
Like, I thought she did really good, you know. I will say, though, I was not a fan of Vigilante, mainly because I feel like he's one of those characters, and it's one of those jokes that like somebody finds really funny, and then they keep doing the joke over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's just like, okay,
it kind of died out.
I get it. I get the joke. Let's move on now. But like, it didn't really take me away from the show though. But it was one thing where I'm just like, all right, let's move on, Vigilante. Like let's just stop. Like, let's stop being you.
Even though
I feel so bad for his mom. I felt so bad for her. He was such an asshole to her. I'm just like, dude.
It's like, kind of funny because I knew what the joke was, but they obviously can't say what the joke was because but it was alluding to a common, let's say, stereotype to generalize it.
Oh yeah. But go ahead, Vash.
I was gonna say the one part of Vigilante I saw the clip is one where he saw his counterpart in this other universe. That's the one.
Okay, that was funny.
That clip is a clip I saw on the timeline, and I was swear by it, which I don't mind because it was funny. Just him meeting himself and then saying, "Hey, is a Spider-Man meme?" In my head, I'm like, "Wait, is the DC character allowed to say Spider-Man meme in a DC in a different universe? Does that like in the head is like, does that relate to copyright or how the fuck does that work? But in my head, I'm like, James Gunn probably spoke to Marvel and be like, yo, can I just use Spider-Man with this meme for the joke? Kevin Feige like, yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, good.
Yeah. He's an AI robot anyways, so and if you watch She-Hulk, hey, that's the only reference you'll get from that show from me.
That's crazy. But when it comes to the Peacemaker, I do plan to watch it one day. The rest of season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, again, like Wale said, it is good. I would say, yeah, it is. It might be a step down from season 1, but that's really just, it's not a bad thing though. It's still a really good show, really good series. Oh yeah, anime and manga. So anime, just some of the stuff in fall. So like I'm watching MHA final season, got Digimon Beat Break going, the continuation of Gacha Kuda. Eventually I'll finish To Be Hero X eventually one of these days, so we'll find out. And I'm currently actually in the middle of rewatching season 1 of Chainsaw Man, mainly to get ready for the movie coming out this weekend. So other than that, I do have some retail therapy. So if some of y'all know of a series called The Amazing Digital Circus, I was in Target the other day and I found a Kinger plush. So I was just like, oh, buddy.
Oh, shit.
You need to come home with me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was just chilling in Target. I'm just like, all right, you know what? Worth it. Worth every penny. So he's gonna be joining us tonight.
I've seen officially 4 episodes, so I still need to see episode 5, 6, and 7.
Especially 6. 6 is really good. But that's all I got. That's all I got for good old Weebs Lounge. I'm done talking. I'm done ranting.
Hey, but
y'all's turn.
I can't wait to hear from Wale to talk about his near Comic Con things that he wants to bring up, talk about and tell the audience what he's been up to. So I'm gonna keep my short and simple chat. When it comes to movies, have I watched anything the past 3 weeks? No, but there was an option. Me and wifey were about to watch one, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action. We were about to, but then we chose not to, just because life got busy and it didn't happen. But by next episode or 2 weeks from now, episode 199, because we already have episode 198 planned, so stay tuned for that one. But episode 199 might come back and tell you I watched the episode because I'm 20 movies off away from, because my goal is to watch 50 new movies of 2025. So that's 1 movie per week of the year. Yes, chat, I know there's 52 weeks of the year, but I'm just putting it as a nice solid even number, 50, so 50. So hopefully goes well. I still have a good 9 weeks left of the year. So hopefully I'm still able to watch 20 movies for more. Let's see how that goes. When it comes to TV shows, like he said, Peacemaker, I am on that. Stranger Things, season 3. We went from season 2, we finished it. Now we're in season 3. I finished season 3, episode 4. So I'm on that because when me and the guys were watching season 3, episode 3 and 4, I fell asleep on episode 4. So I had to rewatch the last 30, 20 something minutes of, episode 4. And in my head, I'm like, yo, these kids are too damn stupid. Not in the worst way, but it's like, yo, if you're gonna fight a demonic type of demon that has some type of tentacle shadow inside some type of bully named Billy, why are you gonna throw him to the right side of the brick wall? You should throw him to the left side of the sauna. Continue burning his white skin ass. Get him to burn into the dark shadow. Get it out of it. Why the fuck are you get him out to escape? And then at the end of the episode, sorry, Chad, if you have not seen Stranger Things like me, then tough luck. But I just started watching it, and I'm here about to gush out about it. So here, if you are spoiled by me, crazy. You're 5 years too late like me. So it's crazy how in this end of the episode, this man is getting, a little touch up by this girl that he kidnapped and everything and got turned into a dark shadow. Then we see 10 other or 15 other humans of citizens in this town. And I'm like, bro, how do we have 2 more seasons of this? Like, most towns will get fucking destroyed or fucking nuke. Because, like, my guy, this town is their dark, they have open an underworld. Why do you have open an underworld and you want to crack up more? It's insane, bro.
Look,
I don't know how this town survived.
When you have a waffle-loving psychic that lives in your town, you're fine. You're good.
Yo,
it's all
also,
fine.
if she continues saving them in every season, I'm like, bro, y'all need to find another type of psychic person because I can't wait to see how we get in season 4. This fucking bull-headed dark demon looks like he's the bad guy in season 4. And I'm like, how are you going to defeat him, 11? Please, how are you going to defeat him? Or is he the dark shadow but has evolved to become him? I don't know.
You'll find out when you're older.
Have you watched it? Have you watched all 4 seasons, Wale?
No, I was just making a reference to Black Panther. If you ever saw that beam.
No, but like,
bull-headed.
Have you watched all 4 seasons though?
I've never watched Stranger Things. It's not really my thing.
Oh,
Ironically.
you should. It's enjoyable. As somebody who kind of been putting it off for the past couple of years, I've been enjoying it. It's a good binge on my end. Like, I honestly have been having a good time, so I do recommend it. You've been laughing at it more at the kids because you're like, yo, I would not be doing this. But the excuse I'm giving it in every episode, it's the 80s. The fuck can you do? It's the 80s.
That is my excuse for everything. Everything that happens in there. It's like, oh, Hopper does some grumpy old man thing. That's the 80s.
It's definitely the 80s, 100%.
The kids are doing something stupid in the mall. It's the 80s. Oh, the Russians? It's the 80s. It's...
Oh my god, the 80s, Russian. Man. Oh, they of course touch the wrong button, press the code, and go down the whole damn elevator. That's probably... This mall is not a mall. It's a front. It's a front, 100%.
Oh yeah. You're there. Then have fun.
But hey, chat, we have 4 more episodes.
Have you
left.
turned around? Have you turned around to Steve yet?
Of course. In this episode,
okay,
yes.
Good.
In this episode, yes. I still question the child endangerment, 100%. Bonnie, that's crazy because we have 3 people here that actually loves One Piece. So for you to say that, this is the wrong place to say that.
Anti-One Piece task force. I swear.
That's crazy. But other than that, when it comes to Stranger Things, let me also talk about the other thing I mentioned, One Piece. Talk about One Piece. I bring up One Piece. Your boy is on One Piece Wando arc still, but we have developed. We have moved forward. We have finally gotten up to where the One Piece arc where Luffy and Big Mom are about to meet at Udon.
Amnesia.
Yeah, because Luffy is about to eat the red soup of beans, and Big Mama's hungry, and she's like, "Yo, I can't wait to eat my red spoon of beans." And she's like, "Oh, can't wait. Hopefully you stay for me and save." And I'm like, "Oh, trust me, that's gonna be gone in a matter of minutes before you arrive."
What was it? Oh, is it Oshiruko? Is that what it was called?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. So, I'm having flashbacks now when those chapters were dropping.
Yeah. In my head, I feel like I should
Yeah.
read some of the chapters because there's some cover letters I know that were important during this one arc, but I know that I didn't. I don't have the. I don't have the flashback to remember what it is during that.
Yeah.
But it's been good. The Wano dub still is questionable at times with a few of the voice actors. So it's what it is.
Oh, you're watching the dub?
I have to. It's wifey. You know, it's much easier for her to kind of consume it. Much easier.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
I
feel
just
that.
remember when me and Wale and you when we were hanging out with Cole and the others and when I told Cole, yeah, man, I'm watching the dub of One Piece. He's like, the dub, just whack. I'm like, I know.
Now, kind of, especially Wano. At least for me, like, I'm sorry, I can't get behind Kaido's dub voice.
Oh, I can't. Either. I can't.
Like,
but it's enjoyable for me as
Yeah.
a fan to just still have my wife enjoy and consume it. Do I want to watch the sub? Yes. Do I want to read the manga? Yes, most likely. But the fight between Zoro and Killer, for those that don't know who that was, Killer at the time, you know, that was fucking cool as hell. Even though he wasn't using his 3-sword style to his full extent, he using a 2-sword style with his fucking scythe, which that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. All right, yeah.
and
All right,
then-
you're in some good parts.
Yeah. And Zoro sleeping with the princess in a way, technically.
Yeah, in a way, you know, yeah.
Just casually, just out
It
there hugging
happens.
the princess, just regular, normal Zoro shit going on. The one thing I'm excited is to get to Oden flashback. That's one thing I'm excited to get to Oden flashback to see Oden, how she thinks about Oden. I just love. My girl was kind of annoyed that why are we getting each person's perspective? Like right now, remember when we had our boy Momonosuke and our boy Kinemon on their perspective of what happened 20 years ago and what happened with Kaido and everything. But then now we had the princess, her type of version of her little flashback or montage of what has happened to her. My girl's annoyed about it. Like, why can't I get everything I want? She's like, well, it's because it's gonna lead into somebody big, like Oden. She's like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like once we get Oden, then you get the full picture. Now you get the full type of silhouette of how he looks instead of dark shadowness. Like, oh my god, we're still trying to hide him, bro. 20 episodes away. Why are we still trying to hide Oden?
Yeah, now once she gets to the Chad of all Chads, she'll understand. She'll understand.
I know. Oden is fun. I can't wait to see that. The new opening of Wano arc after the first one was whack, so I keep skipping that shit. So,
Dreaming On?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if that's the name of that opening of the one after the first one because we just switched to the second opening. I think it's that one.
Yeah, Dreaming On. Yeah. That one's fine. It's fine.
It don't hit.
Really?
Yeah, the first one from episode 890 to 930, that one was amazing. One wish, one dream.
Oh yeah,
that one was fucking amazing.
I do like that one. Nah, that's crazy. Dreaming, like after Dreaming On,
top 5 ever. That's insane. But hey, listen, we all have our own opinions. That's crazy to me.
Oh wait, Dreaming On is your top 5?
Easily. When I go to that piano and it just starts playing the piano at the end of the song, that's crazy.
I probably have to rehear it. I probably have to rehear that to actually, get a full.
Yeah, that's cool to have different opinions. That's my shit.
Hey, I have heard it only twice. Like the first type of orchestra was coming on, it wasn't hitting. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna skip it. Wifey wasn't hitting on it. I'm like, all right, cool. But I probably have to listen to a full third time to actually think about it. But you know what? I was wrong. Not a big deal. Other than that, that's all I've been consuming. A big shout out to a few games I've been playing. Halo, Fortnite. Haven't played or touched Call of Duty. Haven't touched Apex since my boy Crash. A big shout out to him. I enjoy playing Apex with him. I wish I could play Marvel Rivals with my friends because I know Wale and a few others of my friends play it. I just don't play Marvel Rivals, but I know I should. But that's all my Weebs Lounge. I want to pass it on now to my boy Wale because I want to hear you talking about what type of media you've been consuming, what you've been wanting to bring up, and then transition into our experience in your Comic-Con. And then I'll jump in with you.
Copy. For media I've been consuming, I've mostly just been watching Gachi Akuda. That's my anime of the year. I know a lot of people are a little disappointed in me because I'm a One Piece content creator, but I do. Well, number one, I'm more of a general anime person, like connoisseur. I just happened to get boxed in because of some good topics I was covering for One Piece and ended up just being niched down to it. But I love like all anime in general. Like my favorite genre is romance, which if people know me, they'll be surprised about. But actually, I was live. I think 3 days ago. I had to go on live on my phone because I have an issue with Streamlabs, and people were kind of hurt to hear that Bleach is my favorite anime of all time. And they're like, "Oh, but you love One Piece." I said, "No, One Piece is the greatest."
Exactly.
No question.
You could tell a difference. Like you can still have Bleach, One Piece as your favorite. Like me, I love the big three. The big three is amazing. But Naruto was my childhood love. Naruto was my child. I grew up with Naruto. I grew up with the dub. I grew up with hearing, believe it, so many fucking times. But as my adult, my overall age, my growing up is One Piece. But my teenage is Bleach. Bleach at the time was amazing on the Toonami. During your end of high school and everything, I grew up with that Bleach, so I totally understand that, like, you could love all three, in different ways or in the same wavelength.
Yeah, I only what I consider a favorite for me, especially because I have ADHD, so it takes me a lot to like want to sit down and watch stuff. Is whatever I can rewatch every year. So every year I rewatch pretty much the same shows. I rewatch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I rewatch Bleach. I rewatch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I rewatch Sword Art Online because I don't care how everybody else feels about it. I love the show. And those are like my main four that you'll like consistently have me watching every year. So Bleach is just one of my like all-time favorites. I think the music is great. I think, especially because like people get surprised when my favorite character is in Bleach, but if you know me and you know my favorite character in One Piece, it's probably not that surprising.
Who is your favorite character in Bleach?
Oh, Grimjow. It's not even close.
Good choice.
I think Grimjow is hard above my favorite character. I think there's other options for like Kenpachi. I love. Honestly, I mean, Ice is one of my favorite villains of all time. I think he's arguably like top 3, maybe top 2 ever. Just because of his abilities and how he was able to. Because I think people forget like people in Bleach were around for thousands of years, like hundreds of years at least. Like these are people that are super experienced. Which is even crazier that Ichigo with no experience is able to come in there and just watch like half of them. But we're not going to disrespect nobody like that, right? I think that.
Well, also he's he's 6 races. He has 6 type of bloodstream in his body, so
Hey, man,
here's the thing. They make sense when they get the reveals. Like it's just like, oh, okay, that's why. All right, bet that's great. That's awesome. Like, oh my god, especially when you get into blood, like 1,000-Year Blood War stuff, and like you get like 3 reveals on like why he is who he is and what he is. It's like, oh my god, this is great.
And that's why I love when Roger is starting to read the manga again. Because of him, I start to read the manga from the beginning because he's in current manga right now. He just finished the Soul Society arc, so I think he's in chapter like 160, 180. I'm on chapter 10, so he's like 100 plus off more than me, so I need to catch up. But I'm just happy seeing that he's kind of turned around, because he tried to watch the anime. I edited those videos of him back years ago and everything, and he was turned off by it. Also, the fans kept pressuring him and everything. Bad time to consume the media, who knows. Now he's reading the manga, and he's loving it. And as a friend who also enjoys the manga, and just seeing Roger enjoy the source material more now than before, I'm happy as a fan of Bleach just being loved by other consumers.
Yeah, I'm glad he's enjoying it now. Like, yeah, because I remember when he tried that anime. I remember that time, and he's just like, "Yeah, you guys are annoying. I'm stopping."
But Wallace, but continue. Grimjaw, you said was your favorite.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. So Bleach is like one of my all-time favorites. So I love that show. But in terms of other media I've been consuming, I've been reading a lot of the One Piece manga, because if I don't, my followers will spoil me like the minute I don't look forward. So I have no choice but to keep stay caught up on it. Without spoiling anybody, I do have a new top 3. I have a new character that bumped out somebody from my top 5. Like that's how good the recent chapter is. So Yeah, he might be top 2 low key, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to bump out Shanks from that second spot. So I'm gonna wait for a little bit, but it's close. It's close.
Who's your current then? Are you ready to review it?
I mean,
You said Rox was your
the
second?
order that's still up there for me is Zoro, Shanks, Rayleigh, and Oda.
Zoro,
Yes.
Shanks,
And Rayleigh
Oda.
barely still there because I love Rayleigh, but technically there was Whitebeard there. And Rayleigh was above him, and it hurt my heart to bump out Whitebeard because of like what he did as a father. But you know, I had to make a business decision. Somebody had to go. That's all I had to say. Somebody had to go, and I chose based upon who I enjoy the most. If y'all don't know, I clearly love swordsmen. I'm a huge swords person. If I could, I would have an entire wall stacked with like authentic katanas and samurai.
Hey.
Like I love swords, so that's one of the reasons why I love and I love like certain shit. That's why I'm sad I can't play Ghost of Yota because I don't have Xbox. I mean, I have PlayStation, but
there you go.
It's
a collection.
There's a character that got revealed, which is not a new character per se, just newly revealed in terms of like who he is and his real name and a whole bunch of stuff going on there. So, and what he's done,
Yep.
in these chapters, is arguably the best resume ever put together by a pirate.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, and it kind of, in a way, recontextualizes a certain offspring of his.
Yes, exactly.
And his motivations, like that, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like,
see, I saw somebody explain. No, I can't say it without it spoiling the person.
No, but it was just funny because me and Wale were at the con on Thursday, and we were just browsing around, getting to know the floors, the sections, and everything. And me and him went to the press lounge and everything, like to the media. And I love how he was on top. And we were just browsing, and he like, yo, while you prep your tripod, the camera, the lights, and everything you're doing, I'm gonna read this One Piece chapter real quick. I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, we'll just quickly read the scans for it and everything. And and then he said, I gotta read it before I get spoiled. I'm like, but we're at the con. How you gonna spoil? Like, wait, I'm lying because my timeline spoils me all the time. His timeline probably does the same thing. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, nah, your group chat spoils you all the time. I spoil you almost all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be careful because I'm like, oh wait, crap, he's not caught up to the manga yet. Shit.
Yeah, it's insane. I have no choice, especially because people. I'm supposed to be covering chapters a lot more just because of my old life situation, but that's neither here nor there. Either way, that's like mostly the media I've been consuming this year. I feel like I'm missing, like, besides Peacemaker, a couple movies. Saw Fantastic Four this year. I saw Demon Slayer this year.
Did you see To Be Hero X? Not yet, because I know I did recommend that to you, but I'm not sure if you saw it yet.
Not yet. I gotta watch that. Trigun. And those
Trigun.
Things on my. I was watching a lot of DC movies. As of lately, just trying to catch up on the Tomorrowverse. Man of Tomorrow with Superman was pretty cool. Like, not bad, but not like super crazy for me. DC, like Justice Society, the World War II or whatever. That shit was arguably the best DC movie I've seen in years. That movie was great. At first, I wasn't like big on like the intro, but for somebody who's watched a lot of like Wonder Woman depictions, there hasn't been a better depiction of Wonder Woman ever than I've seen. People are bigger fans than me. Obviously, I'm not like a huge fan of like that. So there's probably people who knows like, the key movies or key shows, which is much better. But the way they did Wonder Woman in that movie was absolutely insane. The way they did the characters, the choreography, the fights, the stakes, like that was the best movie above and beyond every other movie in the Tomorrowverse. Which, if you don't know what Tomorrowverse is, it's pretty much like the new universe set for the DC. So like the current movies you see coming out, like Crisis on Infinite Earths, to Man of Tomorrow, Long Halloween, etc., etc. Like that's all the Tomorrowverse. I've been getting into it because it connects to, apparently everything's gonna connect in the DC universe. I want to get caught up as much as possible. So I was watching that. Batman Long Halloween Part 1 and 2 was amazing.
Still haven't seen that one.
That's as far as the good movies go. I think Crisis on Infinite Earths, the first movie was good. Second movie started losing me. The third movie, I'm like kind of falling asleep in between, so I haven't finished it at work yet. But at some point, I get to. But it's been an interesting watch. But other than that, I think everything else I've been doing is nothing super important in terms of like media I've been consuming. But I might be getting something at some point. But if it comes up, I'll bring it up at some point. But
so let's talk about the big thing that we experienced this month. Then the big thing that I'm excited to have you on for is talking about New York Comic Con. We went as a content creator. A big shout out to you.
Yeah. I could rant about this all day. I'm gonna try to condense it because I do have work at 11, so I'm gonna try to condense it in a manner that like everything gets explained as much as possible, but also, you know, like I'm not like talking people's heads off. I think this is like, as a content creator going there as the first time. One of the things I was not really expecting was the amount of vendors trying to sell me stuff. As a person who already impulsively buys. And loves anime merch, and has spent a lot of money on things. Was not expecting how aggressive some of them were, and not in a bad way. Obviously, it's more so like, oh, come check out my content. And usually, it's like you got to go over there, fight through a crowd of people, and like I met some super cool people that sold a couple of clothes, you know, a couple of shirts, a couple of posters. All the time I had this a lot I can think of, but the one that stands out, which you know, shout out to Chisai Neko. It was super cool.
Was amazing. They sell
a lot of just anime design T-shirts that they commission off to people, as well as like original sweaters and stuff like that. Super cool. I have a video on my Instagram to talk about that. I got some really cool posters actually. There's some right here. I got some really cool posters that I'm spending some money on. If you like JoJo's, I got some, you know, some JoJo's.
The JoJo's.
Yeah, I'm a huge JoJo fan. I can't wait for Steel Ball Run because I've been waiting for so long. And I don't care what nobody says about the animation, but I'm there. So
we're gonna have to talk some Steel Ball Run. We're gonna have to talk about that when it's dropping.
I'll be there for that. I got a lot of like original animation.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, so the artist over there was for $25 for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case, that this should have been worth way more. But you know what? I'm never gonna complain about a deal. So absolutely insane. Obviously, you know I'm a Zoro fan, so I got me
hell yeah.
An original Zoro art piece as well, and then I got me a Luffy Gear 5 art piece as well. I was spending some money. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first day I spent like $400. Overall at the con, over all the days, I spent $785 though. Did it hurt my pockets? Absolutely. Should I have made those decisions before my car payments? Absolutely not. But do I regret it? No, because I think the experience overall was super cool. I think being able to be in a content creator space and to meet some content creators that I've either like spoken to online or just like never got to meet in person for the first time was super nice. I think having all 4 days for the first time ever, because it's very expensive to go to Comic-Con for 4 days as compared to like maybe Anime NYC. It was a great experience. I think that above and beyond, it's a much bigger venue than Anime NYC is. Anime NYC is mostly like one floor, maybe a second floor. Comic-Con had the entire floor plus the whole building.
Center,
the whole center was used. Okay.
Yeah, they had so many different like panels and showcases, and you could just walk around and just find casually like Sonic's voice actor just at a booth if you didn't like check the schedule, or your favorite video game voice actor like Wolverine's voice actor, you know, like, and it was super cool because like I grew up on those games, right? So like the voices I'm hearing, the voices actors I'm seeing like signing stuff, which I didn't have like stuff to sign at the time, unfortunately, was just a surreal experience. I think for panels, I wish I went to a little bit more. A lot of them were sold out early, or you needed like reservations for. For the ones that I got to go to were really cool. Like for example, Trigun was probably the best experience I had over there. I've never watched Trigun before. Obviously, Vash is a huge Trigun fan. That's where he gets his name from. So to get to experience that with him was really cool. The new, it's called Stargazer, I believe.
Yeah, Stargazer.
The new Stargazer been coming out. It's gonna be absolutely insane. Those episodes moved me and inspired me to want to start watching Trigun as a whole because I never watched it before. I'm trying to think of like things I'm really missing. I think that like if I had to recommend a convention for anybody to go to, it would be Comic-Con. And even over Anime NYC, which sounds fucked up because I'm mostly an anime creator. And it sounds biased because Anime NYC did not pay for me to come through there, and Comic-Con did. But like even outside of that, because I went to all 4 days of Anime NYC as well, I think there's a lot more to do. And there's still like a large anime fan base there. We had like a One Piece meetup at some point, and like so many people were over there cosplaying. I got to meet one of my mutuals over there, Sugarloaf, shout out to you. I got to meet up with like Taylor and a couple people. I got to see Shonen Showdown at some point, but that was pretty cool. But it was an insane, like I was never bored being there. I was there for most days 4 to 5 hours. One day I was there for like 3 or 2 because I had to get to internet later on. And then Sunday I got there pretty late because I had a wild Saturday night, leave it at that. So a lot of good after parties, a lot of good people, a lot of bad decisions, a lot of liquor. But like I think that was my best experience this year by far. Yeah. Was Comic-Con, was going out there, somehow illegally parking and never getting a ticket.
Yes.
Nice.
Yo, I threw an option like, can we park there? He said, I don't know, we're about to find out. Just skirt back. Said, I'm a pray to Jesus, come back 3 days straight. No ticket out.
Yeah. I see what you mean by like it felt like there was a lot to do because as somebody that only went to Anime NYC, and I only went to like the full like 2, like the second and third day. I did go the 4th day, but you know the first day we didn't even go in, Vash. We were just like outside, just chilling. But like after the 3rd day, I was starting to be like, okay, you know, I've kind of seen everything. I've kind of walked around the building enough. And the other thing too with Anime NYC, there wasn't really many panels I wanted to go to.
There wasn't.
Like that's why I didn't go to any, because like I saw them, I was just like, okay, I could go to that, I could get that, but like I didn't really have an interest in any of them. And so it's nice to hear that like with Comic-Con, there's like just again they have more space. They're using more of the center and all that, so that way there's like a little bit more to do. But it always seems like, you know, Comic-Con has a bit more of those panels that interest a lot more people. Like you said, you have to get reservations for some of these places.
Yeah,
to even listen.
You have to get reservations, or you do like I did sometimes, accidentally cut the line a couple of times. Too many of these panels that, hey, I'm a content creator press. Can I just skip the line? They said, no, you got to wait on the side. Then I wait on the side. They say, hey, yeah, you can come through now. And I'm like, all right, cool.
It's very love and peace of you.
And then I turn around, then I see the whole line there. I'm like, ooh, just keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing. They don't know who I am yet. Keep it pushing.
Love and peace, love and peace, love and peace.
Exactly. I'm like, love and peace, love and peace, love and peace, love and peace.
And they're just like, fine, whatever.
To add on top to what Wale was talking about Nerd Comic-Con, it was a big shout out to him experiencing like Nerd Comic-Con as well, being there with him and going around the con. I could shit on the mic issues that I try to buy a mic for me and him to walk around and experience it with it, but sadly the mic wanted to be fucked up and say, hey, we're not gonna arrive on Thursday, we're not gonna arrive on Friday, we're not gonna arrive on Saturday, and we're gonna get robbed on Saturday and then arrive on Sunday on time like we were originally supposed to for $10 difference.
Hold on. Backtrack. Did you just say you got robbed?
Yeah, my mic that was supposed to arrive by Amazon was supposed to be on Friday, but the person that was supposed to deliver did not arrive. I stepped out with my robe on, straight outside, butt naked, with robe on, of course, and I did not see the person out there. I saw the car, but the car didn't look Amazon related. So I'm like, all right, cool, can be. So then next day on Saturday, me and my girl was hunting. We will make sure the package got robbed. It says stolen. All right, cool. Replace it. I don't want to miss my deal. Next day on Sunday, I was hunting that. I told my girl, stay up. We got to make sure we get this package. But then I told my girl, yo, I think that was the same car I saw on Friday at 6 in the morning. My girl was like, I'm not happy hearing that, because now I have trust issues if other people come and pack that. And I'm like, I get you. My fault. I don't want to give you trust issues, but I think it was that person. So who knows? But I got the package. I got the mics. I was very happy. I was very thrilled to finally have it. The whole Sunday, I was sad that Wale did not come and meet me because he, slept through. But I was I was gonna use this mic and just abuse it and just do like crazy stupid videos at the con with Wale. Be like, hey, let's go live. Here's a mic. Let's practice.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he had a crazy Saturday night, so.
Oh, he did it. He texted me like at 2 more, like, hey, don't wait up for me. I might not make it.
Oh, see, so you were warned ahead of time, so.
It was wild. I was so fried. I remember getting there, and then after the con, I went home. I dropped Vash home, I believe, and then I came back out. I had to pick up Malik. We went to go to see the Sexy Nerds thing. We got there probably like around 9:30ish, and then we went inside. It was right by my old job, so like I knew the area, so I knew where to park and stuff like that. And I thought it was just gonna be like a chill night, nothing crazy. Oh my gosh, it was. We ended up getting the bottle. We ended up chilling just to save some money, drinking outside. Came back in, paid for like a drink or two, but it was just hard to get inside, like to get to the line. Right. The lights are going crazy. The music was going crazy. The DJ is going crazy. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's flirting. It was a great time. When I had to leave at like 1:30, and then this girl approaches me out of nowhere. We started talking for like 30 minutes. And then we exchange contact information. And I'm just like, I already know it's gonna be a long night. I'm probably not getting home until like 5 in the morning. So I didn't end up leaving till probably
5 in the morning.
3 or 4. Oh. Yeah, closer to there, just so I can just be decent enough to get home with my phone. And it was. I just remember staying up and we were talking about the night, and then before I knew it, I accidentally fell asleep. Not even close to my phone. And I woke up, I saw the time, and I was like, yeah, I already know what time
it was 3 p.m. on a Sunday, and the con closed at 5. He texted me, yo, just woke up. I texted him at 11. I texted him at 10. I call him even. I be like, yo, we out.
Oh, that's great.
After 11:30, I'm like, all right, he ain't going to wake up. I left on my own. I got there at 12 and everything. I was sad, like, damn. I experienced it within 3 days still. It was great to experience it within 3 days and everything, but I was just a bit sad, damn, like we couldn't end up the night. But bro text me at 3 o'clock. You're like, yo, just woke up. Like, bro, don't even bother coming. By the time you come, you might only experience it like the last hour.
Yeah, you'll get to see everybody tear everything down.
Yeah,
isn't that fun?
Yeah, just close the
con. Giant Luffy balloon just deflate.
I work overnights, so for me, I work usually till 8 o'clock and 11 to 8. Sometimes 12, but like because my coworker's out today, I gotta be there today at 11. And so I usually. Yeah, no worries. It was honestly I found out today, but I was still gonna come through. I wasn't like not gonna come through. And usually I'm up at 3 p.m. earliest. That's if I don't go to the gym. I go to the gym like the past 2 days. I'm home at like 11:30 p.m. A.m. and I'm sleeping till like 6. I woke up today at 6:30, which is early for like a gym day, but it sucks. But I mean, fingers crossed, I might be getting a job soon.
I should love seeing Whawkins' face of you saying you woke up at 6:30 p.m. He's like, that's me in the a.m. That's him in the a.m. And that's him the opposite that he gets home at that time.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible.
That. Yeah, not even that. Like, technically, I'm driving home at that time. Like, because ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and ignorant children of the Isles, here's my daily schedule for all of you. Hey, I get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock to let Sydney out. Then I go back into my bed because I'm like, I need like 20 more minutes of sleep because your boy likes to stay up late and all that. Go to work, leave for work, at around 7:30, get to work at about 9-ish. Then I'm sitting in a cubicle wishing the world would just end so I can just leave and get off of work. So that's great, that Zom 100 kind of feel. Then I go to the gym after that. Then I get home at around 7:30-ish and say, hi Sydney, how you doing? Did you have a good nap? So I'm gone from my house for like 12 hours and I have only time. I only have enough in my brain to be like, I can only do one activity tonight. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna record content? Am I gonna veg out? Am I gonna watch something? What am I gonna do? That's the day in the life, man. And it's a life, I guess.
Hey, sometimes the cubicle people ask for it is an easy life, and sometimes the content creation is also a stressful one. So you gotta pick and choose your poison in that. To add a couple of last thoughts about the New York Comic Con, I just want to say it was a pleasure to go as a content creator, experience all the people that I met there, my friends that I met, Giovanni and his friend that I met at the One Piece meetup. I also met Zilla Fatu, the Ryan Colt Levy, the Denji voice actor of the dub of Chainsaw Man, Karen Cross, spoke to him without taking a picture of him and everything with him. And it was
It's
dope just
fine.
to speak to him. Just say, hey, dope shirt, Spider Man, a Venom he had. So we spoke about Venom for a few minutes while other people were there in the line. If anybody cares about Karen Cross or technically Killer Cross is his name in the indies, so you guys could definitely see maybe a possible interview of him or Zilla Fatu in the possible future. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully everything goes well. So when it comes to your Comic Con, I also want to add a little funny story. For anybody that is on IG or TikTok that knows the cosplayer that dresses up as Brooke, the most funniest thing is that Wale met them as a mutual. I was hanging out with Wale, so I'm here still with him. The most funniest thing that I did not know that was her, but I recognized her smile and like her face a bit because of the Brooke cosplay aspect, like where you can still see a bit of the features. And I'm like, yo, where do I've seen this content creator before? Who is she? Like,
Yeah.
she rings a bell. And then I'm just there being a friend, just hanging around while they talk, hey, catch up. And then while I say, yo, man, your Brooke cosplay, you would have killed it. People would have recognized you. Once he said that, I'm like, I put like 1+1. And I'm like, oh, that's who this content creator is. That's who that cosplayer is. I'm like, oh, shit. And then I literally said, yo, my apologies. It just hit me who you are. And I told her, like, yo, my apologies. Now I know who you are. Can I take a picture before you leave? Because I just recognize you. And she was also my guy from Naruto, one of her favorite characters from Naruto as well. So that's really dope as well. Like, you don't really see a lot of my guy cosplayers. So that's really dope.
Kakashi.
Like, right, Wale? Because that to me was a funny experience.
I loved it. And also, Micah is my favorite character from Naruto. That's all I was like. I thought it was funny as hell that she came with Micah. But
Good
here's my homie, one of my OGs from like a while ago. We were shadow following each other for like a long time. Then we finally followed each other, and is like super cool in person. Like one of the people that I hope comes out a lot more to these cons, and she was super dope. So
Cool.
Trying to think of anything else I've missed. I think like the highlights were the cosplays because the Galactus we saw there.
Oh, the Galactus one was amazing.
The Galactus is like 15 feet tall. I don't know how they did it. 15 feet tall. There was a Helldivers march in there of like 15 foot tall. So it was crazy. The whole thing was crazy. I had a ball. It was great. I also learned they don't really care what you sneak in there, so it's not a weapon. So the first day I was kind of like, oh, I'll sneak in. The first 2 days, like I'll just sneak in like a truly. And the third day I was like, all right, you know what? I'm trying to bring like a whole bottle of whiskey in here and see what happens. I was like, all right, you know what, bro? Let's have a good time. Because things are too expensive inside of. I live in the city, so I know how expensive it is. I'm not paying for stuff in there. I paid one time for something in Anime NYCC earlier this year because I had not eaten all day. Worst mistake ever. That small ass stuff, like $20. A can of soda was $5. A can. I almost cried. Never again. So being able to just like not be nitpicked about certain things and just have like a lot more freedom to just like be yourself was cool. I think next, like I was talking to Vash about earlier during that day, which I'm trying to lock in for next year, is I think that just getting online earlier for panels is something I learned is something I gotta focus on because I wanted to see Capcom, but I was at Vash at Trigun. I want to go over there for a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna break out, see Capcom, meet up with you afterwards. I was literally the last person, then the first person up next to get into Capcom, and they just hit capacity. And I was hurt. And I was, you know what, man? And I really wanted to go see Capcom. I want to see the monster news. I want to see a couple things. So that kind of like bummed me out a little bit. But I think just like being more time conscious was like the only thing I want to focus on. Again, hopefully by next year, I will be working overnights because between I have an interview on Thursday for a new job. So will it work out?
Congratulations. I'm saying it already in advance. I believe in it.
I hope so, because if I get this job, I am free. Thank the Lord. But I doubt it. And honestly, it was a recruiter that reached out to me, so I'm going to see how it goes. But fingers crossed. That's all I'm saying. Because I hate waking up as late as I do. Like, ever since I worked overnights, that's just where my life's been at night.
Yeah, overnights suck. Right, Vash? They suck, don't they? Mr. Sleep Schedule.
They're not the worst. I have a choice, Chad. I have a choice. I choose to have a fuck up sleep schedule. Not the best, not the worst. But hey, don't be me, is what he's saying. Don't have a bad sleep schedule.
Don't be me with insanity.
When I wake up every morning, every like Monday morning, and I see your tweet for Off the Binge, or not tweet, sorry, your message in our Discord for Off the Binge, and it's like 6:11 a.m. I'm like, oh, I'm just getting up. That's cute.
And he's just going to sleep. And he's just going to sleep right now.
No, that's adorable.
And then after that, I wake up like in 5 hours from now. I'll be like, hey guys, good morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, you were just up 5 hours ago. What you talking about?
Oh man.
The only benefit is when I go to Japan in March, I won't have to worry about jet lag, because literally the time I wake up, the time I sleep is the time they go to sleep. The time I wake up, it's the time they get up. So,
See, so
that helps me out.
You already have it in your body. You already have it in your system. You already know the flow, the momentum to go with it.
Yep. That's the only benefit I will say. But outside of that,
okay. So,
you know,
right before you go, because I know you're about to head, as you said that you have work soon for you to about leave in the next couple of minutes. So I want to ask one quick question before you go. My question is there any goals you have for the next, because you said that your goal is to go back to content creator is to do better for the panels, but is that like you want to be more part of the panels? Is there, you want to interview any celebrities or have any of the actors, voice actors to, you know, do a little slot with them or a little skit with them that you could get into?
more events for anime and stuff like that. Because Comic-Con gives you like a lot of exposure to get those things done. Like I got the chance to go to a Wings Club, the Wings Club, the new series coming to Netflix. I missed the screening because I had to work last minute because my supervisor stuff, don't be a supervisor.
Right.
I had to go to work, but the fact that I was invited, you know, I have friends who got invited to like the Chainsaw Man premiere, which I mean, granted, I don't really make Chainsaw Man content, so I'm not surprised I didn't get invited, but like that's one of my goals. Like, you know what? We want to reach out to you for these influencer events, and like you come out and do this and do that. Just be a little bit more in the social spaces, right? Be a little bit more in like the back of house spaces, like the limited spaces that not everybody has to be a part of. Because like being like in an area where like it was limited for who was allowed to come in there was like a super cool feeling. So I think just being in a more, I wouldn't necessarily use the word VIP because that suggests that like I don't want it to be to suggest any type of condescension. It's more so like I like being invited to places because of how hard I worked, you know. And I think that before this content creation thing was kind of like a not really sure which direction it's going to go, but let's just have some fun. But now that my foot's through the door the first time, you know, if you get through the door the first time, you can always get back to it again. So my main focus at this point is, can I get back through there one more time? You know, and not just Comic-Con, you know, this time it's, you know, panels, this time it's invitations to events afterwards, this time it's promotional events before, you know, like maybe I'll go to more cons next year. Like I don't like flying too much, but you know, if San Diego would accept my thing, that'd be cool. I'm applying for DreamCon next year. And just being a lot more aspirational rather than being like docile with how I feel about my dreams.
I also do recommend Otakon. Otakon's a good one of the East Coast.
Oh yeah, Otakon is good. I do want to go to Otakon eventually. I know next year I I do plan on going to AwesomeCon, which is in March in DC. So yeah, if y'all end up coming down for that'd be cool. I do want to get to Otakon eventually.
We could go for as press because I have a connection with them.
Ooh.
But yeah, I could just tell my boss I had to take off because once I show him the email, he usually lets me get off. So
yeah. But
speaking of,
but us.
But honestly, if you want to follow a poor man who makes funny anime content, you follow my Twitch and I'm starting to use Twitch a lot more, but mostly my Instagram and my TikTok. That's what I usually be active at. Jehovah's Witness, same thing as you see here. Watch One Piece as always. Watch Gachi Yakuta actually.
Yes, watch it.
Read it.
Oh my god,
Yakuta is absolutely insane.
After this season, I'm going to be reading it. It's got me. It's hooked me. It's hooked me very, very well.
And the music's really cool. Like I'm a big retro Japanese head. So like for games, I grew up on like Jet Set Radio Future, The World Ends With You. Like they have specific like art styles, like graffiti styles, and like teenage like rebellious style. Like there's a certain art style and music style they have that's really synonymous with like the early 2000s, right? With like Sega games, when I think it was the most prominent, but more specifically, with just like the early 2000s like rock anime intros. So people lost the essence of as of lately. But like, they brought it back with Bleach a little bit. They're bringing it back with Gachi Yakuta. Yep. It feels like we're in a golden era, and I'm very excited. So I highly recommend watching Gachi Yakuta and reading it. Other than that, I'm just grateful that you guys had me as a guest. I'm hoping next time, I won't get called in for work, which he's the boss, but last second. But my partner had to take off because she has a family emergency with her son. So there's only two of us at a time, and if one of us calls off, usually I go in at 12, she comes in at 11. You
got a substitute is what it is, part of life, part of the job.
I'm gonna sugar mama, so I'm gonna work anymore, and then life will be simple. But you know what? Until then, I'm stuck. So ladies and gentlemen, non-binaries, as always, thank you for having me for another great time. Catch me around doing stupid stuff on social media, or occasionally in the podcast, or occasionally just in Vash's stories in the future as we go to more cons, stuff like that. And we're doing Trigun soon, so
yes, we are.
That should be a fun experience. So love you guys, appreciate you guys as always.
See you.
Catch you guys in the next one.
All right, good. Now we can talk shit on them.
That's funny that everyone says that as somebody who's like, okay, not to the god. Let's say what we feel.
Yeah, every time I talk to Wale, me and him click a lot mentally, because like him talking about like, oh yeah, I want to like be invited to those things and like kind of be with I guess the phrase that I kind of think of is from Hamilton, being in the room where it happens. Yeah. Where it's just like, that's a big goal of like something that I want to do. Like I want to be like I want to be invited to like those things, or like be able to like go backstage and be like, oh, look at that thing. Oh, look at that thing. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I can't take a picture of that, but it's exclusive for my eyes and memory only.
Yeah, that's what I was always felt in the production world from you. Like there is many stories that I could say that I've met. Fat Joe, I've met 2 Chainz, I met Selena Gomez, I met like many other actors that from shows to TV shows I've been on. But is it fun to always talk about it? At the end of the day, it's work, so you can be involved. Yeah. The same thing for content creation. It's work for us, for me, for some people that do this. Yes, we don't make 100K subscribers yet, but that's the goal, to be there, to be in those circles. I would love to be like the guy Guga, where he made his own anime short called Bond. I would love for me in the next 5-10 years to make my own anime short, or be a producer of an anime series, help them launch, help them have the funds ready, all those things being produced and being done well. That's my goal. But like Whawkins said, that you just love to be considered to even be part of the same room. That is just, and that's a luxury just to know or have.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciated, and we'll move on here in just a moment, folks. But like that's what I appreciated so much about Anime NYC, because like I got to meet some of those bigger content creators, like hanging out with Jay and Cole. Like I can literally say that, you know, I sang karaoke with Cole.
Yeah,
not many people can say that, you know, like, and that's something really cool, you know, like yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, you know, you want to like reach out and be social with everybody and, you know, connect and all that, because like that's the biggest thing with like content creation like this, is not only like creating your own community, but like meshing communities together as well, and just like forming that bond with everybody, because, you know, we all got our shared experiences and all that and everything, so we can kind of connect with one another through this lovely thing known as content creation, you know.
Yeah, it's an interesting bubble. But right before we go off to the next topic of the Otaku Big News Buzz Central, I wanted to talk about something that your boy, he won in a fucking giveaway, Chad.
It came?
No, it didn't arrive yet. It got shipped today. It's coming from California right now. So it's coming from California. I have the tracking number and everything. So I told them I'm a content creator. I'll be doing a unboxing as well. So a big shout out to Tourbox. If you guys see it right here, Tourbox, highly recommend that if you're a content creator or a person that makes content, and or if you know that somebody is an editor or somebody's an artist, this is such a great tool. They have 4 versions. Luckily I'm getting the Elite Pro. At New York Comic Con, they had a booth. I told Wale, yo, if you want, go travel for a bit. I'm gonna be lost here for a good 10-15 minutes. I sure have told him already. I love tech that involves editing and artistic, those type of stuff that could help you speed up your process. I love that. So I want to learn more. I spoke to the person. He gave me this free toy when I try a couple things. He gave me a nice bag that's like a Kia material, so it's pretty cool. But then he said, hey, there's also a giveaway. Yo, I'm sorry, my guy. I have never have won a giveaway in my life, and I never expect to, because sometimes it's a lottery. It's a random guess number that they pick and choose in most type of giveaways is how they choose it. They say, hey, go online, follow the Twitter handle, and retweet their pin tweet. I'm like, oh, word, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Literally, when I saw that, it was only 50 people that have retweeted. I'm like, okay, seems like I might have a chance. By the time that it was done, the last day of New York Comic Con day, they had 100 people or less retweeted. So I'm like, all right, cool, might not have a chance. Literally, the next couple of days later, literally, I'll go to sleep at 6 in the morning, chat. 6 in the morning. Because that's the day after binge editing. So that's right after. And then at
so
6,
you know.
Yeah, so 6 in the morning, I'll go to sleep. Then at 6:18, when I'm already sleeping, they send a tweet saying, hey, and our winner is, you know, Legend Vash. And then they send a text like 11 o'clock in my DMs. Then I go wake up. I'm like, whoa, wait, what's going on here? I'm like, oh shit, I actually won. I was so flabbergasted that I was just laying in bed for like the next 2 hours. I was like, I was pondering like I actually won. I won a free device. Understand this, a free device that I was going to spend my own hard-earned money that cost $280 is going to be on sale for like $240 by the end of the month. So I'm like, I'm going to spend my hard-earned money, and I got it for free. Free product. Hashtag free product, like Roger Bates would say.
Oh my God.
So I'm excited. Can't wait to do an unboxing.
What exactly does it do?
This little tool times 5, like, you know, is the size of my hand. This tool and all those type of buttons of the little spinning one, but it has these 4 analog, this little scroll button, and 1, 2 button. You can make up to 150 shortcuts during editing or during any type of drawing on the tablet. Some of each of the 4 tiers, which I feel like I'm being the sales product right now because I've been watching mad videos of it, so I know the product
Right.
very well because I've been preparing myself about it. So by the way, if you guys want to buy it, use promo code that we don't got. But I just want to say that just for the fun of it. When it comes to the product, you can make about 150 shortcuts of it. And while you're editing, you don't have to use a keyboard where sometimes you're using the space to press play, or you're pressing the C button and the shift button. Instead, all you could do that is by the palm of your left hand, the mouse being your right hand still, and then the left hand being this. And this has all the play, the cut. You could scroll on the timeline, and you could, instead of pressing V or C or M for any of the buttons, you could do all this with the shortcuts here.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right,
like
all right.
myself, who likes to really do deep edits, like sometimes I like to video and audio edit at the same time, and I like to sometimes color grade at the same time. So I do all those 3, and sometimes, for example, if I want to speed roll on an audio podcast, I will take me 2 hours. But if I want to actually be fast, it would be annoying because I have to lock in. But imagine if I had this where I could just press a button, it will probably take me an hour because I already have the shortcuts. My fingers, it's just turn on the muscle memory, and that's what has me excitement, because there are some streams that I could record for 3-6 hours, and the editing will be much faster. So some cut ups, some short form content, it will be so much easier, and I'm excited to play with this. Do some unboxing. It's just look, chat. It has me thrilled. Thank you for Toolbox for choosing me. You will be having a great customer consumer here, and having a customer review, and having a great unboxing. And if you guys want to send more to my team, I will be happy to accept it. I vote support Whawkins to get his next one. It works for Mac, Apple, and also Windows.
The only tech I will accept right now is a damn.
That is true. You do need a PC first before you do more. That is true. That is true. You do need
the only
PC.
tech I will accept right now. So anybody out there, I'll take anything. Alienware, Dell, HP. I don't care.
No. If you want to get sponsored,
product.
I think we should go for Alienware. Alienware. If you want to be
I'll
out
go
there,
for some Alienware.
We would love to support
I'll go for some Alienware.
Hashtag promo code AniMa Studio promo code that's not in service. Please don't use, because we actually don't have one. But
don't use that yet.
But chat, hopefully you guys enjoy our little rant of the past 10 minutes when it comes to me getting a little nice free gift, winning a giveaway. And if anybody can relate on have you ever won a giveaway, let us know. Have you ever won a radio station giveaway? Because that's one on my bucket list. I haven't yet, but that's one on my bucket list to one day win one.
I want a PSP and a door prize back in high school. That was about it. Oh yeah. Oh, it really was. I wasn't even expecting. I was just sitting there playing Pokemon, and then I see my ticket be called. I'm like, oh no way! And I literally leapt over the people that were sitting next to me. I'm just like, holy shit, I won!
Oh my god! I'll be like, get over here! I'm like, done.
I still have it too. It's in a box over there. I saw it the other week when I was getting some stuff together to sell before Anime NYC. Fun fact.
Oh, talking about PSP, that's a good segue for our Otaku Big News Buzz Central, the post on our Anime podcast. Get ready to dive into the latest buzz, hottest news, and our spirited opinions on everything entertainment. Because chat, what is it on our gaming news docket? Because if you know about PSP, you must know about our newest one, the Xbox Game Pass. Also has gone up in price, so this is gonna be a full Xbox thing. Xbox Alloy has dropped this past week, and then Game Pass has gone up to $30 a month in November. So lucky me, I'm paying in December because the Game Pass went up on November 4th, and my charge is on November 1st, so I escaped that until December.
Yep. Same here. I have another month to not pay $30.
Oh, yours is on November 1st?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Look, I think I was talking to our friend Judwell or Crash about this Game Pass. People need to understand, $30 a month for almost 1,000 games in the catalog, it's not a big deal. Do I think $30 a month for this type of deal of catalog of Game Pass, getting Call of Duty, day one releases for $30 a month. That if you play at least once a week for 2 hours, that's literally you almost kind of paying off the game for 4 days a week. I mean, 4 days a month for at least 10 hours. That's at least you probably almost beating a game or putting some hours into it. Do I think that price is a lot for some people in our current economy? Yes. Do I think that if you don't play that many games on the Xbox Game Pass, or if you don't play day one releases like Call of Duty and other games, then yes, this might be a bit pricier than you should. But myself, who owns the Game Pass, for my PC and console, because I have the old model that I'm not gonna get rid of as well. Because if I lose this Game Pass, I can't get the old tier back. So if I lose this one, I have to choose now in the future Game Pass for console or PC. I can't have it both for both. So I want to state that to audience for you guys to know. And $30 for me, who plays day one releases sometimes, or sometimes goes from game to game and plays Call of Duty, instead of paying for Call of Duty myself, I could just play it from Xbox himself. I also am about to start Halo Master Chief Edition with my games, with my friends, a Memory NK, Majin, and probably Perm. So we'll probably be playing the campaign. And I only have access to that because of Game Pass. So that has the perks, but depends. Do you have interest in the perks it offers? Next month, the new deal is that if you play Fortnite on Xbox Game Pass, like some people may do, you get the crew pass of Fortnite. So maybe it's a win-win for you, for those that actually like it or enjoy Game Pass on Fortnite. So for myself, I don't think the price is too much. If it was, chat, to me where I would say if it's too much is when it's $50 a month. Right now, if it's 30 to 40, I don't think. But anything past $41, to me, that's when it becomes too much for the Game Pass subscription at the moment. How about you, Whawkins? What's your thoughts overall about the Game Pass? Because I know you pay for it as well. You said it that you're there to December before it goes price. Would you be upscaling it? Would you be not upscaling it? Will you be canceling, going down a tier or anything? Or how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's kind of mixed, because like I get it with, like, you know, all the stuff you do get within Game Pass, but $30, I don't know, like, because we're starting to see a lot of these streaming services go up. I mean, I didn't put this in the document either. HBO Max is going up to, like, if you want no ads, that's gonna be like $20 a month roughly.
Yeah, the full no ads, I think, is like $22 or $25 a month.
Yeah, and like we saw the bundle with like ESPN with I think it's like ESPN with Disney with ads, by the way. Like Disney still has the ads. I think the Hulu part of it doesn't have ads from what I remember, but like you get all three of those for $30. That to me at least is something that's like, that's a bundle that's worth it, because that's three streaming services.
You don't get the ESPN version that has the POEs.
Yeah, you do.
From what Nick told us, when he got that bundle, he didn't get the POEs version of ESPN. For you to get the bundle of ESPN,
so they were doing.
You have to go up a tier for you to get that.
Yeah,
version.
But see, that was the thing, because like the special that they were running was the $30, because you had to make sure that you chose the bundle that had the ESPN Ultimate, I think.
Yes, that's what it was, not the one.
Yeah.
ESPN on the go.
Yeah, because when WrestlePalooza, there's your word again. See, I told you we're never going to get away from that word. When WrestlePalooza was a thing, they were running that special where it's like, okay, because normally it's like $35 a month, but they bumped it down to $30 for this thing. I think that's forever. I don't know. Don't quote me on all that, people. But yeah, so that's the one that I did, because I'm like, okay, that has the PLEs, because I had to double check too with the ESPN thing, because at first I was just like, wait, why is this only like $25 when I heard $30 at first? And then that's when I saw like the different ESPN tiers. I'm like, okay, got to make sure I get the right ESPN one. So that's just the thing with that. But his thing was because they didn't specify which tier of ESPN came with his cable, and all that, because they were like, oh yeah, cable companies, if you have this cable company, you'll have ESPN. But it's just like, okay, yeah, you get it, but not the tier that you need for the PLEs. you know. But like, yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, I mean, you can justify it, but like, yeah, it's tough because like a lot of things are going up in price right now,
Yeah.
and not a lot of people can really afford it. And especially if you want like this thing or that thing, or like this service or that service, it gets a little pricey. I mean, and this is coming from somebody who has an Xbox, a Switch 2, and a PS5, and I have the online services for all three of those. Yeah, it gets kind of pricey.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know, like the streaming services and all that.
When we're talking about gaming subscriptions, I pay Xbox Game Pass $30 a month, but I don't pay PlayStation right now. I use my friend, shared system. So that's a big shout out to Drop This Box, because I have the online service because of him, because that's the thing you can do with PlayStation. I don't have access to the online store or anything else unless I choose to do so. But now do I want to get the online store? What I used to pay $60 a year, but now PlayStation has tiers, so now they have their own tier list because they want to copy Game Pass. And with Nintendo Switch, I don't have the I don't have the family plan, because they have a family plan as well, and that's also the yearly or the monthly. So they have choices now. So it's like, if you want to have a online membership with these consoles, you need to have your own online subscription. And that's what sucks, is we're in this type of era now, with online subscription being like access to everything. You need to input your email, or you're connected to Google or connected to Apple. So it's kind of very exhausting. But with Game Pass, I let it slide because of how much they have to offer. Like, if you're actually a gamer and you think you'll be gaming all the time or a lot, I think it will be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, people can justify it too. It's just like, as long as the benefit for what you're paying is worth it, then fine. But yeah, it's weird. But I think the funniest thing to come from this, though, like the day this news came out, apparently the website to cancel the subscription crashed.
It did.
I found that funny. I'm just like, that should be your sign that maybe this isn't the best idea.
Yep.
I mean, again,
I'm curious to see how people will feel about that.
Yeah, but I mean, also with Xbox, I mean, they dropped their handheld system last week, and I haven't heard anything about it.
Yes, no marketing. I didn't hear no promotion on even Comic-Con for even people to touch it or play with it. Nothing like this at all. So Xbox Alloy, if I had the bread, I would buy it and I would do an unboxing. Like, hey, Xbox, if you want to hear a unboxing from me or Whawkins, we will gladly do it for you for free. But if you ask us to pay for it, then that's a different question. But we would love to try
Vash,
out.
How much are they, though? How much are they?
340, I believe.
Oh, no, sir. Because, okay, so there's two of them. There's a 1 terabyte version and a 512 megabyte version. And oh no, because here's the thing. I only knew about this because of a coworker today. He came by. I was just like, "Hey, have you heard about the Xbox handheld that came out?" I'm just like, "Wait, it came out?" And all that. So like, we looked on there, and I'm actually bringing up the website right now. As it loads. Yeah. So the 1 terabyte. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm on the right one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the 512 gigabyte one is $599.
Oh, wow.
So $600.
Wow.
Yeah. $600 for the bottom line handheld. The 1 terabyte one with 24 gigabytes of RAM is $1,000. You're telling me people are gonna pay $1,000 for a damn handheld console? No, nobody's gonna pay if you paid $1,000 for a handheld console, I am seriously gonna ask about your priorities in life, and where your money comes from. Because wherever your money comes from, tell me where.
It's made of gold.
Like, I just why is it so expensive? That's literally a PC.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if you're about to buy a handheld device, I would say better save that money and buy a PC instead.
Yeah, and I literally told my coworker, I was just like, because we saw those prices earlier, and it's just like, look, dude, you might just be better off, because he was thinking about getting like a PS5, but he also mentioned this Xbox Ally and all that, and I'm just like, dude, if you're gonna do something with Xbox like that, I would honestly just check on what's available for cloud gaming. and just get yourself like an iPad or something for way cheaper and just play on there. Because like a lot of people in my job do a lot of traveling and all that, so he's trying to look for something to really travel with, and he's not really a big Nintendo person, so I'm just like, just get an iPad.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you're not gonna get the
And do
Nintendo
cloud
Switch,
gaming.
I'm about to say you could get the iPad where you could play a lot of cloud gaming,
or laptop. Yeah,
laptop. We could do Steam, where Steam works.
Mhm.
You could pay the same $1,000 and get a good
On a
type
good
of razor.
laptop.
Yeah, a good laptop, like handle
on a
some
MacBook
games.
Air.
Definitely not MacBook Air. Those will not survive. With all due respect to the people that has one, no shade to you.
Yeah,
No shade to the
I tried
co-host
it
that has
once.
one.
I tried it once for a Kirby game, and that thing ran like shit.
Probably fried. Probably was pixelated, trying to survive.
Oh my god, it tried hard.
When
was
it
like,
comes to our last conversation, chat, we're gonna give you right here solid. We are moving on from the Game Pass stuff and Xbox and gaming.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the actual stupidity of companies. Like why? Chad, Chad.
It's great.
I
great.
know that
It's
I
great.
am the chief of content CEO of this company, and I know I'm not the perfect or greatest leader, and I'm still learning. I'm still improving. But I will never make what HBO Max / Warner Brothers has been doing for the past 5 years in this type of decade. I will never. And please, if I ever do this for whoever is my right hand man, please smack the living shit out of me if I ever make these dumb decisions. Because the reason I'm saying all this context chat is because Warner Brothers has announced that they are now officially considering acquisition offers. They will launch a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives for a whole or partial sale of the company of Warner Brothers. Understand this, chat. When I say this, that this decade, they've done that with already Discovery. Literally, Discovery bought them and became Warner Brothers Discovery, and they split themselves into 3 different companies 3 different times within the past 5 years, and they have done that with the same streaming service of HBO Max to HBO Max to back to Max, and then back to HBO Max.
Man, I don't get it. Look, it's looking at some of the replies under this tweet. I think my favorite one that I saw, Disney has the opportunity to do the funniest thing to James Gunn.
Oh, but I want to be like, hey, how does it feel being back under our own roofs? Now you're in charge of DC under us.
Yeah. I don't wish that upon him, but yeah. I mean, honestly, hopefully whatever company gets Warner Brothers, do something with your animated stuff. You have a plethora of IPs that keep dying out. Do something with them. In fact, you know what? You know all those cartoons that some of us grew up with? Like, I don't know, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Powerpuff Girls, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, like things like that. Bring them back to the streaming services, please. They're good shows. They're great shows. A lot better than some cartoons out right now, at least for kids. Just bring them back. It's fine. It's good. You'll see numbers go out the wazoo. Yeah. And also, give me Invincible Fight Girl Season 2 with that. Thank you very much.
Man, if I saw a panel of that near Comic-Con, I would have been there first person on the line. I would have been fun.
You would have teleported me. You would have had to teleport me over there. Immediately. Do a freaking summoning jutsu.
I'll be like, pop, pop, pop. Summoning jutsu. Whawkins comes out. Be like, oh my, I am here.
I'd be just smoking and all. Be like, I am here.
But yeah, chat, if you heard about
it's just funny.
But chat, if you heard about me saying that if there was a panel of New York Comic Con about the actual Invisible Fight Girl, I would have been there. Because you know why I say that? Just because we're here at the last segment of the night of the evening of the episode of 197 of the Anime Podcast. We're here to talk about New York Comic Con news over the past couple of weeks. What has been coming out? Walkers, I'm using the first one that's there. The Marvel and DC news is what I have open for us to go down on.
Killy dokily.
the Marvel and DC news. If we scroll the way down, I have the MCU news from New York Comic 25. Marvel as a new hero that is a dude who wants a job and eat a hamburger that saves Wonder Woman star. Did you see this trailer when it comes to the Wonder Man?
No, I did not, but it's cool, I guess. I mean, we're starting to get into that thing with Marvel where it's just like, okay, we're starting to like kind of do deep dives with some of these heroes to see what sticks, and I'm just like, okay, like that's just how I am with Marvel anymore. I'm just like, all right, what are you guys doing this time? Is it gonna hit? All right, cool, neat.
Yeah, when it comes to Wonder Man, I saw the trailer. It's an interesting aspect of the television that, for those that don't know, it will be coming out January of 2026. So very close around the corner. So either way, you guys will be able to see it, from the center. The next one is that Charlie Cox and Daredevil, the Venom symbiote, and the Spider-Man Gwen, Les Gwen Stacy promise in Marvel's friendly Spider-Man in season 2. For anybody that has seen their cartoon, we will see more of Daredevil and more of Spider-Gwen coming out. If you have seen the new one in the Disney earlier this year, I believe, spring season is when they came out.
I think so,
Yeah.
but it didn't really make that many waves though, did it?
Because it had a bit of behind the scenes drama, so that's why a lot of things
Okay.
just kind of shush, a lot of things. I haven't made the time to watch it. I will make the time to watch in the future.
I haven't
'cause,
either.
I am a Spider-Man fan. I don't know much about the drama. Heard of it, bit of the tales, but don't know too much of the detail there. The
Yeah.
other stuff is Marvel Comics news from New Comic Con. The one thing I'm excited about this is Marvel has a 20+ year old Spider-Man comic by Jeff Loeb and J. Scott Campbell locked away until the time is right. And this one I was very sad about because this one was a for anybody that who don't know, Jeff Loeb and J. Scott Campbell are two people that have done great comics history lore when it comes to their artistic and written style of the characters of Spider-Man and many others that I do not have on top of my head. But if you guys already know the information, you guys know that. If you guys don't know, it's a quick type of Google search. My apologies, I don't have the information on top of my head. But I was very sad about this, that they had this information that, hey, is, for example, right here is that webhead of the devotes of New York Comic Con were hungry for news of what's next for Spider-Man. And at the Marvel Fanfare panel, they got it. Well, sort of. What attendees of the panel learned that wasn't exactly the announcement of new Spider-Man comic, but rather the fact that a very old Spider-Man book that has never seen the light of day is still in the works. And they start to talk about the ideology of this book, but had a more fleshed out. And that's something I was very sad about because, as you heard and said, that it's a Spider-Man comic that has not seen the light of day and has been a story that they want to talk about for the past 20 years, but they still haven't brought to light. And it's a story that I've been waiting. So as a comic book fan and a Spider-Man fan, I want to see more of it. And sadly, I have not.
Yeah, I just hope, the 20+ year old comic, hopefully it's worth the wait, which, I mean, you think back 20 years, that's what, that was 2005, a much different time than we're living in right now.
Yeah.
So imagine like whatever edits they had to do or like revisions or whatever, like, yeah, that's a lot from like just working on something from like for the past 20 years. But yeah, I just hope it's good. I hope it's worth the wait when it comes out.
Agreed. What else interests you from the Marvel Comics news that you want to bring up and talk about?
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Spider-Man stuff, which is interesting when it comes to Marvel, because you would think, oh, maybe they're trying to do something different. No, I just see a bunch of Spider-Man, X-Men, Wolverine. There's a mention of Thor. Like, what is it? Venom villain Null and Thor villain Hela are the odd couple at the heart of the 2026 Marvel event Queen in Black. Like, I'm just staring at that. I'm like, wait, Nani? What?
Yeah.
What?
Null and Hela. I heard about that from a few people in the timeline. That Null, like right here, I'm reading the news report that if Null thought that being the King of Black made him untouchable in the Marvel universe, he's about to find out that in reality it's very different altogether, especially now that Hela has taken up her new position as the Queen in Black. So she has taken the new
Word.
power, the new position of the king of symbiotes, became the queen of symbiotes. So it's gonna be very interesting of how their story is. And hey, I didn't even know that the Venom issue is at 250. So congrats to them, because I didn't know we were going on for 3 years plus.
See, now I kind of moved up to the DC Comics news, and the thing that immediately caught my eye,
Talk to me.
DC to finally apparently, I get this might be a thing. I don't know. DC to finally let Swamp Thing meet Jesus Christ in a new 4-part restoration of a canceled, controversial 1989 storyline. What? Excuse me. What is he? Is Swamp Thing about to become a born again Christian or something? Like what?
Well, sometimes when you gotta have faith, you can't let the faith be loosened to you. And sometimes, when Mother Nature meets Jesus, I don't know. I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah. But what I'm surprised I don't see on here, and when I'm surprised that someone didn't listen to the assignment he was given, there was a DC AEW crossover that's happening.
Yes. Sadly, I was not there. At the panel, I was supposed to, but I was stuck in the show floor somewhere else, so I couldn't escape where I was. So that's the sad part.
See chat.
But hey, at least some people could be smart and say that the DC Comics rejects AI generated stories and art with publisher CEO Jim Lee speaking out as his boss and as an artist. The DC Comics president Jim Lee says the company will not support AI as long as he's in charge. What we do and why we do it is rooted within our humanity. So I really love that, and I want to just a big shout out to Jim Lee about this conversation that the DC Comics celebrates its 90th anniversary, which people need to remember that 90th. So we have until 2035 to reach its 100th year anniversary of DC Comics. And New York Comic Con publisher, president, and chief creator Jim Lee has reaffirmed that the company core mission is celebrating human creativity with an emphasis on the human, so much in fact that Lee declared that as long as he's in the helm, DC Comics will never support AI generated material. History has a way of humbling predictions. The future rarely turns out the way the headlines warn us, as it will. But let me make one prediction I know I can stand by today. DC Comics will not support AI generated story telling or art. Not now, not ever. As long as DC Vice President and General Manager and Dippies and are in charge, Lee announced during the speech at the Retailer Day for New York Comic Con 2025. I'm really happy about this, just to see that they're very forthcoming, not like some companies that wants to use them and help them in story because they're lazy writers. If you know, you know. Go check out the Weebs of the Ring, because we spoke about that on our Monday episode this past Raw. We kind of slightly gave a rant, or check out Grappling of the Week, where we're gonna go more on a bigger rant.
Perhaps, I mean, hey, Google exists to look at your past, your own damn website. Never mind. Nope. Not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it right now. No. The internet exists.
But anything else interest of that, or we can move on to the next article about some other stuff.
I mean, look, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and Black Canary are bringing Sex in the City to Gotham City. I mean, come on, that's got A material written all over it. Aren't you the biggest Sex in the City fan, Vash?
No.
The silence is deafening, folks. Oh man, yeah, no. I mean, some of this news is cool. I know there was a lot more that happened, but like that was it was just a lot from a couple weeks ago that came out, and a lot of other trailers too that Vash had mentioned that came out mainly on like the MCU side. So yeah, I don't have anything else from what we saw. At least with this first article, I gotta see what else we had.
Next article. When it comes to other news, when it comes to this, we have a few TV shows. The first trailer of a few things that's come out. Batman Nightfall is the one that I'm excited. It's becoming a movie animated saga, which that one I'm a bit a bit interested. Which now they're not because before there was the DC animated company, the the division was always forthcoming that they want to make their movies in a kind of standalone, like no part 2, part 1, or trilogy. But now they're okay with that, and I'm happy because they said that, hey, Batman is getting another series of movies, and they will be based on the famous comic book storyline Nightfall. For anybody that don't remember, that this is the Batman that will have the spine-breaking face-off with Bane in a new series where Bane breaks Batman back. That is that issue, that storyline, that arc. So
okay.
to actually be a saga, maybe a 2-movie, a 3-movie, it has not been confirmed. So just to know there's going to be this storyline, I'm very excited about it. For this to actually be one of the latest adaptation into a multi-part. So it hasn't been yet confirmed if it's a 2 or 3. I'm just excited.
Yeah. I'm kind of scrolling through the list right now just to see some things that like are catching my eye right now. This new Ninja Turtles cartoon coming out. What was it called? Let me click on this part real quick. Because like it's based off of the Mutant Mayhem universe, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So the movie that came out in like 2023, and what is it? Nickelodeon and Paramount followed it up with Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Didn't know that was a thing, so might have to check that out. But the sequel series explored the newest incarnation of Turtles as teen superheroes in New York and blah, 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 all that stuff. But revealed during New York Comic Con, the guys are going up against the likes of mutant worms, Bebop, a werewolf, and a returning bishop who plans on taking them down with his new creation, Mutant Omega. The new season will drop on Paramount Plus in December, the same month as the Mutant Mayhem Turtles are making a semi-return on the big screen with the short film Chrome Alone 2 Lost in New Jersey. So I remember hearing about like that new short coming out. Didn't know there was an actual series with these turtles, because I really like that movie and I like what they did with the characters of the Ninja Turtles, because they were actually teenagers in the show, and you can kind of hear it in the voice actors' voices now, where like they're kind of starting to get a little deeper. They're starting to kind of change a little bit, as happens with teenagers. So I might have to actually check out the series because I do have Paramount Plus. So I might have to see how they've done things with the Turtles.
I don't have Paramount Plus. That's one of the apps I had to cut off my list. Be like, hey, I'm gonna cancel you because I'm gonna keep some others. Apple TV, even though I'm not using it, will be on top of like I should be. But I totally understand that Paramount, good for TMNT. I love TMNT. During their Comic Con, that's one of the few things I was trying to find beautiful art or keychains or anything that I could feel attachment to. Sadly, I didn't felt one that was screaming my name.
Another one I just saw, because this is actually premiering this week, Fiona and Cake. So the spinoff or sequel or whatever you want to call it of Adventure Time, coming out this week, season 2 of it. And actually today, fun fact, as time of recording this, they actually released the opening for it. And
yes, I saw that. That was very beautiful.
Yeah.
It looked really nice. It felt like a lot of these cartoons are starting to become anime inspired with their openings.
Oh, that's been happening like way back in the day. Like,
it's just more dominant now because, like, for example, my Adventure with Superman, that one has very anime-esque type of style of opening and the style of the animation itself. So it's like, okay, I see what you're doing. Like Fiona and Jake, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I scrolled down a little bit too. I saw Star Wars, and I would be remiss. I would regret not mentioning it today.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Ben Solo thing. Did you see what I posted?
Yeah.
I put it in our Star Wars chat.
And we talk about it. Remember we mentioned it too?
Did we?
Yeah, we spoke about
tonight?
it. Yeah, we spoke about it briefly this morning.
Oh, this morning. Okay, I thought you were talking about tonight. Yeah, no. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, get this. So, Adam Driver, good old Ben Solo, good old Kylo Ren, if you will, he revealed that he was developing a new Star Wars movie, The Hunt for Ben Solo, with Steven Soderbergh. And it was going to be set after the Rise of Skywalker, which means, hey, that means Kylo Ren was going to come back to life. You know, that's happened before in Star Wars, right? You know, with people like, what's his name? Palpatine, yeah, and who was why am I-
Sidious?
No, not Sidious. From episode 1, Darth Maul. Darth Maul came back too. However, you want to know why this project didn't come up, chat? Why it didn't go through? Why I didn't get the good old green light? Lucasfilm did love the idea, so Lucasfilm would have loved to do it. Disney, however, said no. Quote, they didn't see how Ben Solo was alive.
How about you sit down and create it? Make it happen how he could be alive. It's not that fucking hard.
Dude, it's not even that. It's not even that. What were the names I just mentioned beforehand? Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Palpatine. Darth Maul got cut in half and was thrown down an endless void, let's say. Palpatine was not only thrown down an endless shaft where there was a reactor that he blew up in. There was an explosion. There was also a second explosion when that second Death Star blew up.
Somehow
he
still
came
survived.
back from that.
Somehow.
How the fuck? How in the ever living hell do you sit there and say you don't see how Ben Solo, how Kylo Ren, who the only reason he died was because he used the Force like enough power to make sure that Rey came back to life? How do you not see that he's alive after that? Because the Force is strong with people. Yeah, there's no bullshit way you could think of that. No BS way that he could come back. No, but the dead speak and all that, and somehow Palpatine returned. You don't want to fucking. These are the idiots that are in charge, Vash. These are the idiots that are in charge, and I don't care about saying that. I literally don't, because they are idiots.
You're not wrong.
I don't. It baffles me. And especially somebody who had to work a movie theater during that run of the Rise of Skywalker. How?
You are not wrong.
How? It breaks my brain. It legitimately breaks my brain, dude. I don't understand. Like, how? Explain it. Vash, explain it to me. How? Why is Gamora?
So if you want to ask how, that's why Lucasfilm is not doing great numbers. That's why they don't have a Comic-Con booth. But what they do got is, I want to say a big shout out to the stuff they did have.
Yes.
Comic-Con toys and merchandise were amazing all around. I want to give a big shout out to this studio that I know the Whawkins could talk about them more than I, who just found out about them. Is a short indie project, short indie studio that's starting to make some big waves more over the in the recent years. It's called Glitch Productions.
Yes.
Glitch Studio. I passed around their booth. I saw many fucking cosplayers of Amazing Digital Circus. So I want to give a shout out to them before we end our show, because Glitch from the product from their booth was amazing. Sadly I missed their booth. Sadly I missed the panel that they had also, but it was so big. It was amazing. I took many pictures. I wanted to talk about it real quick because I know Whawkins and our girl Neko is also a big forthcoming like front and center advocate when it comes to Glitch. They talk about all the time when we're talking about animation, and if we get the possible chance to interview somebody, the voice actors or anybody part behind the scenes of the project of Glitch, I would love to. But Whawkins, I know that Glitch had a few announcements when it comes to their products, like the last episodes of Amazing Digital Circus, episode 7 in December, 8, 9 next year. There are other projects they got announced with. They're taking the licensing of this cat project, and having it full adapted into a full 8 episodes of 24 minutes. Have any thoughts about this, since I know you could chime in more?
Yeah, so with Amazing Digital Circus, so like they actually did their own like kind of direct thing, which is actually kind of cool. So I appreciated them for that, and it was around like the New York Comic-Con time, so good timing with that too. But yeah, so like Amazing Digital Circus, they announced like their next 2 episodes of it because there's only 3 episodes left. So like episode 7 is coming out December 12th. And then episode 8 is coming out in March. Like it's like end of March or something. We don't know when episode 9 is coming out yet, but we'll probably know around when episode 8 drops. So there's that. Vash had mentioned Lackadaisy, which is like all these cats. It takes part in like the Prohibition era, so like 1910s, 1920s, and all that. And yeah, it's all these cats that take up the personas and all that. That looks really good, and especially with me. The soundtrack alone it sold me.
The way they first started the music, it was slow tempo, and then the voice actor that was a girl just doing the cat voice was amazing. It was very solid.
Yeah, and then of course they're still doing their campaign for Dana Terrace's new show, Knights of Guinevere. Apparently their campaign is just like, hey, buy merch for it, so we know that people want the show. And all that, so I'm assuming it's doing well. Last I heard, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, definitely check out any of Glitch's stuff because they're starting to get the ball rolling, being a really good production company when it comes to like indie projects and all that. I just hope that they keep that momentum going because yeah, after watching Amazing Digital Circus and some of the other projects they're doing, yeah, they're onto some really good stuff here.
I agree. Can't wait to see more of the projects. Can't wait to see the rest of Amazing Digital Circus. Haven't seen it completely as a whole, but can't wait to see check out the series. Whawkins, have any last news you want to bring up about the Comic-Con? Anything that we missed to bring up when it comes to coverage wise? Because I think we hit most of the ones that I wanted to talk about. Kind of mention them all overall.
I think so. Yeah, because I mean, bringing up anything else, it would kind of end up being rambly a little bit. So I think we hit some of the big notes here, and again, like I'm sure we missed a couple things here and there, but New York Comic-Con that had a lot of announcements to begin with.
The one thing they did mention is Invincible. I want to end up. I can't wait to see the new season of Invincible season 4. I love how Mark is trading places with each cast member. Last one was Alan. Before there was Cecil. Now we have Eve, and I love how Eve is doing like, can't believe you let Alan do this. Can't believe you're Cecil. Like I'm better at this than them. Your girlfriend should do this with you. Why are they doing this? I'm the one that should be here. I love it, man.
Yeah, I love their banter. So yeah, that was good. Looking forward to the next season of Invincible. Just again, just don't split the seasons up. It's a lot better when you just have it weekly.
Luckily they're not this time. That's a good thing. Yeah. Luckily they're not.
They learned.
They have learned their lesson, so that's a good thing. When it comes to that, chat, we have reached the end of our show. Yes, well, we didn't get to no horror conversation. Maybe we might get to some next week when we have our guest. Maybe we might put some little in because he's a big fan of horror. So
will be the Halloween episode.
Yeah, that will be the Halloween episode. So chat, so you may check out into that. We might be doing a live stream as well for that on Twitch, but don't worry, I will promote the show as well, chat, so you guys look into that. But we have come to the end of our show, episode 197. We're 3 episodes away from 200. I technically said this like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I was saying that we're 4 episodes, but now we're 3 episodes away. We're almost there. We're 2 episodes away. 98, 99, 200. So we're almost there. It's just exciting that we finally have come to this close. The phases, to change the teams, the things we're learning, we keep improving, we keep growing. That's what matters, and it comes forward. Check out the audio feed. I also want to say that the audio feed, we're finally caught up right now on the audio feed. By the time the month ends, you guys will be listening to episode 194, and then on the first week of November, you guys will be hearing all the episodes weekly being uploaded on YouTube and your audio feed on wherever you guys listen to it. Pandora, Spotify, YouTube Music, Podbean, wherever else you guys listen to.
The carrier pigeon that just flies by your house every morning at 6 a.m.
Yes, I heard radio as well. That's a big one. But other than that, Whawkins, have any last thoughts? Closing remarks?
I mean, we're nearing the end of the year too, so like we'll start talking about like some other holiday things and all that. We'll start having probably like our end of the year talks and all that, like best cartoons or anime, video games. Like we are nearing that time of the year.
That's in
So
December, chat. So stay tuned. We'll be having our best 10 top 10 movies, top 10 best TV shows, top 10 best anime, and top 10 best gaming. So we have already those 4 weeks of December. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot of conversation.
Yeah, so yeah, stay tuned for all that, and stay tuned for things in the future too, because we're gonna be adding a few other things or changing a few things here and there. So stay tuned, because hey, change is good, change is fine. It just means we're growing and evolving. That's all that matters.
So if you guys like what we did, like the stream, like the video, subscribe if you see that red button and see that gray. If you are listening to audio feed, check out the other stuff, Off the Bench, Weebs of the Ring. Like what we're talking about, enjoy the content, because we gladly appreciate if you guys do. But comment down below, let us know your thoughts of your favorite Comic-Con news. Have you gone to Comic-Con? Have you won a giveaway before? Have you had your favorite game that you've beaten? Yote, Pokemon ZA, or Digimon Time Stranger? Tell us your favorite experience, and have you bought yourself a plushie from this past week of your Target experience? Let us know, because without further ado, thank you for joining us tonight and taking the time to listen in. The Anime Podcast is presented by AniMa W3 Studio, our production team, Vash and Whawkins. Special thanks to our producers, myself and Whawkins. Don't forget to follow the socials of the brands and the team. All the links are down below in the description. Lastly, share, like, and most importantly, give feedback and let us know what you thought of this episode. You guys is what makes the show and help us succeed. On behalf of everyone at AniMa W3 Studio, we thank you for joining us on the Anime Podcast. We see you later. Take care. And this podcast was not recorded by live studio audience. We see you for episode 198 with the Chainsaw Man, Rize Denji. Are you there? Titties.
I just want to cop a feel, man.
Just want to cop it.